Okay, you're good.
Good to go now?
Yes.
I'd like to welcome everybody to November 9th, 2021 zoning board meeting. Yep, it is 7 o'clock. We need the approval of the minutes for October 14th.
You want to take roll first?
What's that?
Roll call.
Okay, we can do a roll call.
Member Anderson,
Here.
member Frew,
Here.
member Geisel. Here. Deputy Chair Herman,
Here.
Chair Hetrick.
Here. I make a motion to approve the minutes of October 14th.
As submitted. I would second that motion.
Member Anderson,
Yes.
member Frew,
Yeah.
member Geisel. Yes. Deputy Chair Herman,
Abstain.
Chair Hetrick.
Aye. I'd also like to make a motion to approve the minutes of September 9th, 2021.
I will second that as is.
Member Anderson,
Yes.
member Frew,
Abstain.
member Geisel. Aye. Deputy Chair Herman,
Aye.
Chair Hetrick.
Abstain. Has Colleen checked in?
Yes, she was here.
Okay. If you could you read the public hearing for application 2021-12Z?
Notice is hereby given that pursuant to the provisions of the zoning ordinance of the town of Rush and section 267 of the town law, a public hearing will be held by the zoning board of appeals of the town of Rush at the Rush Town Hall, 5977 East Henrietta Road, Rush, New York, on November 9th, 2021 at 7 PM with respect to the following application and any other business that may come before the board. Application 2021-14Z by Cuca Studios. Am I reading the first one?
No, you're Colleen.
Oh, I'm sorry. The table.
Yep, the tabled one.
All right. Sorry about that. So this is not a public hearing, it's a.
No, I just
table
wanted to
application.
reread it because we tabled
It's a
it
continuation.
Gotcha.
and they
Continue.
weren't here.
Both of them are continuation.
All right.
Yeah.
Application 2021-12Z by Colleen Kinnear and Lucas Luff requesting 2 area variances for the setback of placement of a shed. The town code section 120-18 requires 100-foot setback from the center line of any town road. Section 120-20 of the town code requires accessory buildings to comply with setbacks associated with the main structure.
Okay, does anybody have any comments on it? Monroe County referred it to a local matter. Monroe County Planning Airport referral form?
Colleen, can you hear the board?
Okay, good enough. All right, Monroe County Department of Planning, they referred it to a local matter. I don't know why I have a Monroe County Department of Planning Development Airport referral.
They always have that.
Not in violation at all, so.
2 area variance setback placement of a shed, town code 20-18 requires 100. They have no comment. Rush Fire District. 2021-12Z. Proposed area variance for construction of a 10 by 12 shed in a side yard. After reviewing the above application, the Board of Fire Commissioners have no issue or concerns with the application as written. And the Conservation Board, they reviewed it in the above name and application and do not found any aspect of the project to significantly impact the environment. Anybody have any questions? Okay, Rich.
Move to approve.
No, he's got this one.
The public hearing is still
Oh.
open. So, to the extent that the board doesn't have any other concerns, I would just open it up again to the public, make sure that there's nobody here that wants to say anything, and then the applicant, to the extent you'd ask any
Okay.
questions, then you need to just resolve the
All
close
right.
the public hearing.
Does anybody from the public have anything to say? Colin, do you have any further comment?
No, nope.
Okay, with that, I'd like to close the public hearing.
Second it.
Member Anderson,
Yes.
member Frew,
Yeah.
member Geisel.
Aye.
Deputy Chair Herman,
Aye.
Chair Hedrick.
Aye.
All right, I'd like to make a motion regarding the Luft and Kinnear variance resolution. Whereas the zoning board of appeals of the town of Rush has examined application 2021-12Z submitted by Colleen Kinnear and Lucas Luft, the applicants of 73 Creekside Drive, Rush, New York, 14543, requesting a front setback variance of 50 feet off of Mill Road and a setback variance of 30 feet off of Creekside Drive for a proposed 30. That's a
30.
correction. Thank you. Yeah, proposed 10 feet by 12 feet shed. And whereas the property is located in an R20 district as set forth in the zoning law of the town of Rush. And whereas the application requests area variances from the front setback requirement for structures of at least 100 feet as set forth in the town zoning law section 120-18. As described in the maps and diagrams submitted with the application. And whereas a public hearing on this application was held on October 14th, 2021, and continued on November 9th, 2021, and notice was posted as required by law. And whereas all persons at the hearing desiring to speak on the matter were heard, all correspondence was read, and those statements were considered by this board. And now therefore be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals determines that this is a type 2 action exempt of seeker review pursuant to section 617.5 subsection C, section 16 of the New York Code of Rule and Regulations, which includes granting of individual setbacks. And it is further resolved that pursuant to the criteria set forth under section 267-B of the town law and section 120-18 of the zoning law, the zoning board of appeals determines that the applicants are entitled to a variance, allowing a setback of 50 feet off of Mill Road and a setback variance of 30 feet off of Creekside Drive based on the following. There will be no undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood. The placement of the 10-foot by 12-foot shed is consistent with the neighborhood and the proximity of the other pre-existing, it says, yeah, re-existing buildings on the road. Mill Road is a small gravel road and Creekside Drive is a dead end. Neighbors have no objection to the proposed location of the shed. The benefits sought by the applicants cannot be achieved by some other method feasible for the applicants to pursue because of the configuration and dimensions of the property. The proposed shed cannot be located in the rear of the property due to the topography, and the westerly side of the property contains a septic system and leach field and serves as the property's front yard. Item number 3, the requested area variance is not substantial. The required setback is 100 feet from the center line of the road, resulting in a 50% deviation of Mill Road and a 30% deviation of Creekside Drive. The variances would therefore result in a very minor deviation from the requirements of the zoning law. Number 4, the requested setback variance will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district. The placement of the shed as a result of the variance will not result in any impact on the environmental conditions such as drainage, traffic circulation, noise, or other impacts. While on item number 5, while the requested front setback variance is self-created, this does not preclude the granting of the front setback variance in consideration of the other 4 factors. I would actually say front setback variance and side setback variance, right?
It's not really a side setback
Well, because of this.
because it's a corner lot,
All right, okay, I apologize for that.
right? Or it'd be
They're
two,
both front sides.
they're both front.
Oh, they're front,
setbacks,
right,
yeah.
Okay. The granting of the front setback variances. In consideration of the other four factors, the benefit to the applicant in granting the variances outweighs the possible detriment to the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood. And it is further resolved that taking into consideration the five factors, the zoning board of appeals finds that the benefit to the applicant outweighs the detriment to the neighborhood and community. And it is further resolved that application 2021-12Z is granted as submitted with the following conditions. The shed as proposed in the application will be no closer than 50 feet off of the center line of Mill Road and 70 feet
No,
off.
70, that one is
Yeah,
right, right?
yeah.
70 feet off of the center line of Creekside Drive, so that's
Right.
correct,
Yeah.
yep. The building permit must be obtained from the town of Rush before the placement of the shed. And item 3, the applicant must meet any other applicable town building and inspection requirements. And here, get a second at that one.
Second.
Member Anderson,
Yes.
member Crew,
Aye.
member Geisel,
Aye.
deputy chair Herman,
Aye.
chair Hetrick.
Aye.
Congratulations, Colleen.
Oh, thank you so much.
Hurry up, get back to work.
All right, thank you. Take care.
Aye, thank
Yep. The next application, there's an open hearing on 2021-13Z. Brian Post and Valerie Smith. Could you reread that public notice, please?
Application 2021-13Z by Brian Post and Valerie Smith requesting an area variance for a setback on proposed pole barn. The proposed setback is 60 feet. The town code, section 120-18, requires a 100-foot setback. The property is located on 5 Pleasant Drive.
Is there anybody in the,
There's no one in the waiting room or in the audience in Zoom.
does anybody from the audience have any comments?
I brought you guys a new map,
Oh.
Exciting.
Okay,
so it changed a little bit, it's actually farther back, so. We'll make 17 copies this time.
thank you.
Thank you much.
So instead of 60, it's 74, is that the?
Yeah, that's what it says here.
The side and rear are still fine, right? It looks like.
Yep.
We're good.
Yeah, 40 and 30.
What's the front setback gonna be?
You would need a 26-foot variance.
Okay.
My math right?
Yep.
Yes.
Double check me on that.
Hold on, let me get my.
Yeah, so the obviously the zoning board of appeals needs to grant the minimum variance necessary to mitigate the hardship.
Yep.
So I think the applicant's now indicating that he does not need the original one of 40 feet, and now
Right.
it's 26
26 feet.
So we're changing that.
The public hearing is still open, so I'll just allow the board if they have any questions and want to talk about that first.
Does anybody have any questions about it?
No, we appreciate you making the adjustment.
Yeah.
So,
Any additional correspondence, Chairman? Had
Yeah.
to.
We have the county. They referred it to a local matter. The Rush Fire District, after review of the above application, the Board of Fire Commissioners have no issues or concerns with the application as written. And the Conservation Board, we have reviewed the above named application and do not find any aspect of the project to significantly impact the environment.
I'll work on that while you're going through.
Okay,
the first
Good enough.
Does anybody have any questions on it? Anybody from the audience? From the liaisons?
I saw the project, it looks like it was within, yeah.
Yeah, it actually it sets better.
Mhm.
Yeah, 'cause when we looked at, the main concern was the house to the south of you didn't want it to set in front of their view,
Right.
which is,
Got it.
any other questions?
Number one.
Yeah, that'll be 74 feet.
I gave it to you.
Yeah, that would be the
Right.
condition one.
Yeah, and the
Yep.
packet that was
Yeah,
tabled.
sub 3 is 26%.
Yeah, it should have been, yeah.
And then you should have 26
Mm.
instead of 40 in the
Yeah.
first, whereas in the first, the second result there.
I caught those.
Yeah, that's all I saw. So it's
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Should be 4 changes.
See me stumble halfway through. John.
Rich always checks all my typos.
No.
Well, what's the pre-existing? That one, this one was right.
Actually, 5 changes. You get them all?
5.
Yeah, because then you got under it is further resolved.
Yeah, that's
Line
line
one.
one.
Okay.
What's this?
Which is a good.
On the back
question.
side,
That
right?
was just 60.
74, this should be 74. That's,
That-
there's 2 in that paragraph.
Okay, right,
Right,
yep.
that's the 5th.
Goodness,
Then paragraph 3.
it's a party.
Right, 4.
Exciting.
And then the 26% deviation.
Got all the changes.
Yeah.
2, 3,
You're saying is that that's the
1,
one.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Starts off with 26 foot instead of 40 at the top,
Yeah,
first paragraph. Is further resolved,
I got that.
okay?
I think
And
that's
then
the
Oh,
the
second
next one is 74 feet. The variance of 26, then 74, 6% deviation.
Calculations of ball sack. I'm butt ass naked right now. Not capping. I got the green beans, potatoes, tomatoes. Gone.
My nigga. Love the beard.